It's on. Welcome, good evening. This is the May the 21st City Council meeting. I call it to order at this time. I'd like to welcome Tim Tripp from West Side of Church of Christ for the invocation. So we'll stand, and after the invocation, we'll face the flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Bow with me, please. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here today. We gather tonight in the memory and in the foremost of our minds is the worldwide pandemic that we gather during today. I pray, Father, that you would continue to be with those who have been affected by this disease, this pandemic that's sweeping around our world. I pray that you would watch over all of them, watch over our world and national and state and local leaders as they determine what to do and how best to approach handling the crises as they see fit in each community. Have news that we've lost someone in our community as a result of the disease, and Lord, we just pray that you'd watch over that family and be with them. I pray that you continue to be with our medical workers, our first responders, our emergency service people, and I just pray that you'd watch over each of them, Lord, and be with them as the demand on their lives and on their jobs is certainly higher at this time, and I pray that you'd watch over and be with each of them, keep them safe, keep them healthy. And I pray that your hand would be upon them, especially those who serve our city and our area. I pray that you'd be with each member of our city council and with our mayor as they make decisions regarding our city and our area. I pray, Father, for your blessings to be upon them as they speak even tonight of the things that they're considering. I pray that you would watch over them and bless them, give them wisdom to be able to deal with the things that they're bringing to bear. And I pray that you would watch over each of us as we follow their leadership and as we seek to allow them to lead and to understand that even though things don't always go our way, that we've got a great form of government and we need to follow and comply. And I pray for your blessings to be upon us as we seek to do that. We lift you up, Father, and we praise you tonight for giving us this opportunity to gather, for giving us a government that we choose, and for giving us representatives that do so in such a conscientious and such a strong way. And I just thank you for the men and women who are here today representing us. I pray for your continued blessings to be upon our community. I pray that you'd watch over us as we emerge from the being locked away and staying in our homes for the most part, and our businesses get to going again, our community does. I just pray that you continue to watch over us as we do that, Father. Again, keep us healthy, keep us strong, help us to stay smart, help the members of our community to comply with guidelines that are out there, and just help us to continue moving in the direction of health. We thank you for your love, Lord, and we thank you for Jesus. We pray that each one of us would look to him today as our guide. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. At this time, the city clerk will do roll call.
Ms. Caruth. Mr. Harris.
Here.
Mr. Tripp.
Here.
Mr. Olson.
Here.
Mr. Harrell.
Here.
Mr. Westcott.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brown.
Here.
Mr. Keller.
Here.
Mayor Harris.
Here.
Trey Smith and myself. Do you have a quorum?
Thank you. Council, in your packet, you have the minutes from the April meeting. Do I have a motion to approve at this time?
Motion.
I do have a motion and a second. Second. Yes. Second from Mr. Harris. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Financial report. Ms. Johnson?
Financial report for the city of Russellville. General fund revenues for April were $1,130,104, which is 3.8% above year-to-date projections. Tax receipts were $777,311. Franchise fees and permits were $235,562. Tax revenue comparisons for city and county sales tax analysis year-to-date compared to prior year. There's an increase of prior year for the city tax is 4% and county is 8% over prior year. City and county analysis to budget year-to-date, there's a year-to-date increase of budget for the city of 2% and county is 3%, so we're running ahead. General fund expenditures for April were $1,080,684, which is 0.01% above year-to-date projections. $20,233 more received than expended. Street fund revenues for April were $795,139, which is 0.67% above projections. New sales tax were $557,311. State turnback and ad valorem tax was $153,554. Half-cent road sales tax was $55,573. Interest of $27,645. Other was $1,056. April operation expenditures for the street fund were $148,059, which is 4.91% below projections. Sales tax improvement spending was $284,587 for the Inglewood project, drainage maintenance, and Prairie Creek. April revenues for economic development were $48,388. New sales tax of $44,061 and interest of $4,237. April expenditures were $19,837, which was for the Arkansas Valley Alliance. Balances of the various economic development funds as of April 30th are as follows. 2003 fund was $1,505,947.03. 2007 fund was $1,029,891.79, and the 2014 fund was $1,002,170.83. Capital asset April revenues were $104,792, comprised of new sales tax of $88,123, parks $15,487, and interest $1,182. April expenditures were $91,938. City Corp was $88,123, and the new AC at Shiloh Park was $3,815.
Thank you, Robin. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mayor's report. Before we go into item 1, I would just like, I found out tonight that we have a birthday by one of our council members tomorrow, Mr. Olson. So I want to wish Mr. Olson a happy birthday. A round of applause for Mr. Olson here. Okay, item number 1 is a consideration of Nathan George to replace Linda Carnahan as a commissioner on the Historic Commission. What is the desire of the council?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve.
Second.
A second by Ms. Screw. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Department report. At this time, we have Mr. Sadian to give us the Community Development Code Enforcement presentation on department report.
That's all right. That's all right. I got it. I see it. So the mayor asked me the other day, there's no longer a community development, and he said, can you give us an update on the new fire building and safety division? And he said, you only got 3 minutes though. 3 minutes, no more than 7. And I asked him, I said, you really want to risk me up there? So I think I can do it. I know Chris doesn't believe me. As y'all know, Monday, May 4th, I believe it was, we kicked off our new division called the Fire Building and Safety Division. And the only thing I have up there photograph-wise is one of the first things we wanted to do is bring the fire and building together and make them feel part of us, rebrand, give them a brand. So the trucks that you see driving around now to do inspections have the seal, and it's got fire, building, and safety on the side. So this kicked off Monday, May 4th, the Fire, Building, and Safety Division. As you know, we're responsible for reviewing commercial and residential plans, and then when the project initiates, we inspect those buildings throughout the development process to the end. We were fortunate enough to hire or bring over, I should say hire, but we brought over one inspector, existing inspector, and then we had a deputy building official position that was opened up, and we were also fortunate enough to have a transfer of a code enforcement officer to that position, and he brought with him some credentialing. Both of them have credentialing. He brought with him some credentialing for the inspection, plan review, inspection, commercial and residential side. So we are going to continue to pursue our training, our credentialing with those two guys, but right now we're in pretty good shape. One of the things in our rebranding, besides those trucks, is obviously we've got some uniforms that we're going to put our logo on and really bring uniformity in line with the fire department to make them feel part of that. We're doing some cross training with our plan reviews and our commercial inspections. That means we're taking strength from both the fire side and the building side. The fire guys went out in the field with the building inspectors the other day and looked at some of the rough ends. We're going to actually eventually do some cross training. One thing we went to immediately was electronic scheduling, paperless scheduling of inspections. So inspection comes in, the inspection worksheet is zipped out to the inspector who's already got an iPad and he's in the field, and he can actually go off course maybe or add that to his list and do the inspection, sign the iPad with his hand, and then email it back. So we are preparing for Intergov, and this is going to be kind of our interim program that we've implemented. We're working on with James Hodge the restructuring the framework of our web page. We're hoping to launch that pretty soon. Out in the field, you know, we're meeting, having some informal meetings with some of the stakeholders, getting some feedback from them as far as the process. We're increasing efficiency. We're trying to increase a little bit of efficiency. We got in the works a exception in the law that allows in-house reviewing of plumbing plans, save them from one step from going to the state approval, and we've got some certified inspectors that are going to be able to do that. That's going to save money and time for the customers that are out there, and that's really what we're calling it. We're creating in the Fire, Building, and Safety Division. We're creating a culture of customer service, and we want their building experience to be absolutely wonderful.
Wow.
Any questions?
Are you really done?
What was the time? What was the time?
2:59.
I would like to add, I had breakfast with a friend of mine the other day who has a heating and air business, and he said, hey, I just want to tell you that your building officials came out, inspection came out the other day, and he said, I really thought when they came out there that I was going to get a hard time, that these guys were going to be jerks, and just it was going to be a difficult situation. He said they were very professional, they were very open and receptive to discussions, very friendly. He said they put me at ease within a few minutes, and it was a very, very productive meeting. So I've provided that feedback to Mr. Sedian, that I appreciate that kind of feedback from my departments, and I know that that'll only get better as we go forward. So thank you very much. Committee reports. I believe at this time there is no report from the Personnel Committee. Is that right, Mr. Harrell? Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Finance Committee, Mr. Westcott.
Thank you, Mayor. Last week, The Finance Committee met, discussed, and recommends to the council the following items. Item number 1 is consideration of a resolution changing the name on the city's bank account and credit cards to include the name of the new finance accountant and to remove the name of the retiring finance assistant and for other purposes, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
So I have this in form of a motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Items number 2 and 2A. Number 2 is transferring funds between departments within the general fund in the sum of $238,947.59. What this is a line item transfer associated with the transfer of staff positions and functions from the Community Development Department to the Fire Department that we just heard about. And 2A is the resolution amending the calendar and fiscal year 2020 budget to provide for item number 2. And we present 2 and 2A as a motion to adopt.
I have a motion on items 2 and 2A. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Regarding item number 3, the petitioner has requested that we remove this item from the agenda, and that is our motion to remove item number 3.
I have a motion to remove. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 4 is an appropriation actually returning to the reserves of the city general fund the sum of $30,849.57 due to a calculation error regarding the 27th pay period, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
Have a motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5 is appropriated from the street fund reserves the sum of $12,735.48 to be used for a retirement payout through Public Works, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
I have a motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 6 is approval, a recommendation that we approve the 2020, or April 2020 expenses for the Arkansas Valley Alliance for Economic Development in the amount of $5,121.78, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
I have a motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 7 is an appropriation from the City General Fund year-end carryover balance, the sum of $172,456.68 to be used to fund the third and fourth quarter 911 expenses for 2020, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there any discussion? No. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, we have 2 items from our finance meeting earlier this evening. Item number 1 is consideration of a resolution declaring real estate appraisal services as a professional service and for other purposes, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
Okay. I do have an item, number 1, the motion has been presented. Is there any discussion?
Mayor, I have a question on this. I spoke with Mr. Newman a few days ago about this. Are we going to advertise for this like we do other professional services?
Yes, we will, Mr. Tripp. We'll be asking for RFQs
So
associated.
just like we do engineering and other professional services?
We certainly will.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The last item on our finance agenda this evening is consideration of a resolution accepting the conceptual cost estimate for South Phoenix Avenue and West 4th Place Turn Lane project for the city of Russellville, and we present that as a motion to adopt.
I do have a motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, that's the last on our agenda tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Westcott. Finance Committee meeting is concluded. At this time, we'll move to unfinished old business. Let me get there in my booklet. Okay. Item number 1 is consideration of an ordinance prohibiting retail sale, and this item has been tabled from our agenda prep meeting this time. Is that correct? Okay, so item number 1's been tabled. Item number 2, I'm sorry. Do we need a motion on that, Trey, or we can't, we tabled it at the agenda prep?
It was taken care of at agenda prep.
Okay, thank you. Item number 2, consideration of ordinance for the vacation part of North Greenwich Avenue to the city of Russellville. This is the third and final reading. This is submitted by Matt McCoy, third and final reading. This was passed unanimously by the Planning Commission. Do I have a motion by the council?
Mayor, I move to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, and read by title only with a short explanation.
Okay. I do have a motion to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirements, read by title only with a short explanation. And a second by Ms. Caruth, is that correct? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
An ordinance vacating and abandoning a part of North Greenwich Avenue in the city of Russellville, Pope County, Arkansas, and for other purposes. The ordinance, if passed, would vacate the east 10 feet of North Greenwich Avenue west of and adjacent to Lot 7, Block 4 of the jail Shin addition, as further described and shown in plats labeled as Exhibit A and B, and further described as in the legal description attached as Exhibit C.
Thank you,
Motion
Mr.
to
Drew.
adopt.
Have a motion to adopt. Second from Mrs. Crew. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 is a public hearing to vacate south 15 feet of East C Street, which is the east 10 feet of North Detroit Avenue, along lots 5 and 6, Block 21 of the J.L. Shin addition. So at this time, I will open the floor for a public meeting. Is there anyone signed up to speak, or anyone would like to speak on this issue? Hearing no comment, I will conclude the public hearing meeting at this time. Item 3 is concluded. Item 3A, consideration of an ordinance vacating and abandoning the south 15 feet of East C Street, the east 10 feet of North Detroit Avenue along lots 5 and 6, Block 21 of the J.L. Shin addition. This was submitted by James and Patricia Brown and approved unanimously by the Planning Commission. Do I have a motion from the council?
Mayor, I move to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read the first of 3 readings by title only with a short explanation.
And I have a second. I have a second. Okay, so I have a motion to suspend the rules, dispense with reading requirements, read by title only for the first of 3 readings. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
An ordinance vacating and abandoning the south 15 feet of East C Street and the east 10 feet of North Detroit Avenue along lots 5 and 6, Block 21, Jail Shin addition in the city of Russellville, Pope County, Arkansas, for the purposes. This ordinance, if passed, would vacate the aforementioned feet of the aforementioned 2 streets, would vacate those portions if passed.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Item number 4, we will now have a public hearing for the vacation of South Waterloo Avenue between East 4th Street and Union Pacific Railroad, and to vacate East 4th Street between South Verona Avenue and South Waterloo Avenue in the city of Russellville, submitted by Dave Garza of Barrett Associates on behalf of Marigold. So at this time, I'll open the public hearing. I do know that we have an individual here, Mark Hour, which would like to speak to the council. He is representing of Marigold, and he has a few words to say. Mark?
Marigold.
And Mark, welcome to Russellville. We're glad you're here.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here. It's my sincere pleasure to be coming in this evening.
Down there, if you go to the list.
For the record, my name is Mark with a K, last name Auer, A-U-E-R. I'm a Director of Program Management with Marigold Realty Trust. We come before you this evening because we are embarking, or hoping to embark on a rather large-scale expansion plan for the Elmira facility that we operate here in Russellville. And if you look at the monitor, the Elmira facility is 301 Elmira. It's just south of 2nd, north of the railway, and just to the west of Elmira. The existing building has been in place for quite some time. The building is full and is operating at capacity. We are planning a 44,000 pallet position, fully automated ASRS, which is an automated storage and retrieval system, at minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit to provide storage for food products that are produced here in the area and will be distributed from our facility to retail and food service outlets throughout the community. This is a rendering of the ASRS as planned. You can see that the rendering is located just to the west and tied into at the west of the Elmira facility. And that building, as it's laid out on the property, runs right through the Waterloo right-of-way. Okay? So that's our request for the abandonment of the right-of-way. If I go back to the site plan here, let me just drop down 2 slides. You can see that the new ASRS building, which is on the left-hand side of the page, west side of the Elmira facility, will be built over an existing trailer staging area, which further pushes our trailer staging capacity and needs further to the west, across the Waterloo right-of-way, and also through the 4th Avenue right-of-way. So we plan some 60, 68 trailer staging parking areas in properties that we're currently under a sales agreement to purchase. Okay? The project's very exciting for us. It's about 120,000 square foot expansion. The ASRS system is going to be approximately 150 feet tall, fully automated, and we will be bringing approximately 70 new jobs to the area with this expansion. Technical jobs requiring automation technicians, material handling equipment technicians, and engineers, and we'll be working on this for the next 2 years. And once we're up and operating, we'll be operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Thank you, Mark. Is there any questions for Mr. Auer while he's here? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Does anyone else would like to address this issue while the public hearing is open? Hearing none, I'll conclude the public hearing at this time on item number 4. Item 4A, consideration of an ordinance vacating and abandoning South Waterloo Avenue. This ordinance was passed, or this proposed ordinance was presented by Dave Garza, Barrett and Associates on behalf of Marigold and unanimously approved by the Planning Commission. There is a request for a one-time reading to pass this particular ordinance in order to expedite the construction and development of this new facility and the jobs that it will bring to our community. What is the desire of the council?
Mayor, I move to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read one time only, by title only, with a short explanation.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirements, read one time only, by title only, with short explanation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
An ordinance vacating and abandoning South Waterloo Avenue between East 4th Street and Union Pacific Railroad, and to vacate East 4th Street between South Verona Avenue and South Waterloo Avenue in the city of Russellville, Polk County, Arkansas, and for other purposes. This ordinance, if passed, would vacate the 204 mentioned streets as further shown in the plat labeled Exhibit A and attached here to this ordinance, and further described in the legal, which is labeled as Exhibit B and attached with this ordinance as well.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Is there a desire of the council to move forward with this ordinance?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion to adopt by Mr. Westcott and a second by Mr. Tripp. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to enact the emergency clause.
I have a motion to enact the emergency clause. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Brown. This will require a two-third majority of the council to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on in the agenda to new business item number 1, which was tabled at the agenda prep meeting, so we will move on from there. Any change in status there, Mr. Olson?
Nope.
We're good? Okay. Item number 2, a resolution granting a license to Cogswell Motors Properties, for use of the city's right-of-way on South Utica Avenue, subject to the terms of the agreement attached within this resolution, submitted by Garnett Engineering on behalf of Cogswell Ford Lincoln. This was unanimously approved by the Planning Commission. Do I have a desire of the council?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve by Mr. Tripp, a second by Mr. Westcott. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3, consideration of a resolution granting a special use permit for shipping, receiving, and storage expansion and for other purposes. This is at 3324 Bernice Avenue, unanimously approved by the Planning Commission. What is the desire of the council?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Westcott. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Keller. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, consideration of an ordinance amending the zoning code for the city of Russellville, Arkansas, adopted by ordinance number 1966, and for other purposes to update Article 13, table of permitted uses in regard to funeral home service, crematorium. What is the desire? This was also unanimously approved by the Planning Commission. What is the desire of the council?
Motion to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read one time only, by title only with a short explanation.
Okay, I do have a motion to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirements, read one time only by title only, with a short explanation. Do I have a second?
Yes.
A second by Mrs. Drew. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
An ordinance amending the zoning code for the city of Russellville, Arkansas, adopted by ordinance number 1966 and for other purposes. This ordinance, if passed, would amend the ordinance, the zoning code ordinance, which is found at ordinance number 1966, specifically at Article 13, which is the table of permitted uses, to add funeral home service crematorium into the table of permitted uses, and it would, based upon the type of zone, it would label it as either permitted, non-permitted, or special use permitted. And that schedule or that table is attached with this ordinance as Exhibit A.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Motion to adopt.
I have a motion to adopt by Mr. Westcott. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Keller. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to enact the emergency clause.
Second.
I have a motion to enact the emergency clause by Mr. Westcott and a second by Mr. Keller. Discussion.
Yes, just to be clear, that the enactment of the emergency clause would allow the application process to start for a special use permit, and then an application for a building permit to start construction. Therefore, if you all have read the emergency clause that was forwarded to us, that's just the latter part of that clause.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Emergency clause is approved. Item number 5, a resolution accepting a bid from Bowden Specialties for the West 3rd Street Box Culvert Replacement Project for the city of Russellville, and authorizing the mayor and city clerk treasurer to enter into agreement with Bowden Specialties for this project. Have a desire of the council?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, second by Mr. Harris. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Final item on the agenda this evening is a resolution accepting a bid from Bowden Specialties for the Parkway and Rear Road Drainage Improvement Project for the city of Russellville, Arkansas, authorizing the mayor and city clerk treasurer to enter into an agreement with Bowden Specialties.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion to approve by Mr. Westcott, second by Mr. Tripp. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn. Hey, 6:35.